everyone, it's Kelly and welcome back to the Rose Project for episode 2. I am currently recording this in between everything I have to be at. I have to be at classes, I have to be somewhere with a friend today. Everything's crazy, everything's insane, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but that's okay. I think that's the fun of college. You don't know from one moment to the next if you're going to be alive or dead or somewhere in between, and that's just the fun of it, right? Anyway, so now that I am into the second week, I should reflect on my first week, and the first week went pretty good. I messed up a few times, I ate some things that I probably shouldn't have, I'd spent some time sitting in my dorm that I probably should have spent walking around outside being with people, but it's okay, you're allowed to mess up, we're humans. The process from point A to point B is in a straight line, it goes from here to here, everywhere. You're not supposed to take one step and then finally be at the place you want to be. It's going to take a while to create habits. But one of the key parts of creating habits that I wasn't following myself in the past week is creating goals for yourself. Goals, I think, literally by definition is getting you from point A to point B and giving you steps along the way to help you achieve something that you actually want to achieve, aka the goal. And you're probably thinking, Kelly, I set goals every day. I tell myself, oh, I'm going to get out of bed, and then I do, and then I'm going to go to class, and then I go to class. But it's not as simple as that. This is a big change in your life that you're making that will ultimately make you a better person, but is really difficult along the way. So we have to set SMART goals. And by SMART goals, I mean S-M-A-R-T goals. Alright, so let's begin. The S, that stands for specific. To have a specific goal, you can't say something broad like, oh, well, in the next month I just want to eat healthier. That's not a good place to begin. You need specific parts of your goal that you will be able to directly achieve if you want to create a broader picture for yourself. So instead of saying, I want to eat healthier in the next month, you're going to say, okay, well, on the smaller scale, today instead of getting, 5 cookies for dessert, I'm going to have some applesauce with some cinnamon on top. So there you go. It's smaller, easier to attain. There you go. And now if you're an intelligent person who's been to school like I have, you'll know that the next letter in the word SMART is M, and that stands for measurable. Measurable means that you want to give some kind of quantitative, quality to your goal. When you have something that involves numbers or sequences, it's a lot easier for your brain to actually follow what you want to do and take the steps to follow your goal. So instead of thinking to yourself, I want to eat less for the week, you think to yourself, oh, how many times am I going to eat this week? How much am I going to eat with each meal? You want to be able to count for yourself, and it'll make it easier to attain your goal. And speaking of attaining your goal, the next letter is A, which stands for attainable. You can't say, alright, well, let's see, I want to lose weight, so in the next week I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Number one, I don't think you can do that. Number two, if you do that, you're probably going to end up in the hospital. So you want to create a goal that's not going to put you or anyone that you know in danger. You want to create a goal that's safe for yourself, that's small enough that you'll be able to achieve it, yet not so small that it'll be inconsequential. And attainable goes hand in hand with the next letter, which is R, which is realistic. It's kind of the same thing. Just because I tell myself that I'm going to be the best singer in the world, I mean, it's a goal, but it's not really a realistic goal because I just don't have a good singing voice. And no matter how much I practice, I'm never going to be the best singer in the world. There's always going to be someone better than me. So you have to really think on like the smaller scale, but still make it, a healthy goal for yourself that'll make you want to be a better person and something that you're willing and able to work towards. And the final letter in the word SMART for SMART goals is timely. Whatever goal you create for yourself should be grounded in some kind of time frame. You can't just think, oh, someday I'm going to do this, in the next year this is going to happen. You're going to want to have a specific date, and if not a specific date, a specific period of time, like in the next week, in the next month, but it has to have some kind of ending date, like by this date, by this time next week, I'll be able to say to myself that I'm eating healthier every day. Now you could get into trouble with this aspect by saying how much weight you want to lose. You may kind of set an unhealthy weight for yourself, so if you're trying to come to some sort of weight goal, you're really going to want to talk to a professional about that to make sure that you're setting a goal that is attainable for yourself and your body, and you're not putting yourself under any additional stress that will ultimately make you a lot less healthy. So what will be my personal SMART goal for the next week? This time next week, I want to be able to say that I have eaten healthier and more consciously than I did the week before. So am I following SMART? So specific? Yes, I am following that. I have a frame of reference with how I want to eat this week, as I said, in reference to how I ate in the past week. I'm going to eat healthier than I did this past week. Measurable. This is when I start getting into the more nitty-gritty of my actual goal. I'm going to eat 3 meals a day, and I'm going to eat less in each meal than I did the past week. I'm also not going to be eating as much dessert, and I'm only going to have dessert once this coming week. Next up is attainable. Is this goal attainable? It absolutely is. I believe I can do it. All of you can do it. It's a pretty healthy goal, and I'm not setting any kind of weight goal for myself, so I don't need to be consulting anyone. Is my goal realistic? Yes, it is. I'm not cutting sweets and desserts out of my life for the rest of my life. I'm saying that for the next week, maybe I'll just have 1 instead of, 10, which I think is a pretty good goal for all of us. And lastly, is my goal timely? Yes, I have a time period in the next week. By Monday, when I show you guys the next video, I will update you on how this goal has impacted me, how I did following my goal, and things like that. Now, this week, I want you guys to make a SMART goal too. Feel free to tell us in the comments, send us a video, send us some pictures, send and save us some snaps that you've taken in the past week of you following your goals, making your goals, and learning to love life. So, this has been the second episode of The Rose Project. My name is Kelly Myers, and I will see you next week, but in the meantime, don't forget that you are exactly where you are supposed to be.